And we begin with breaking news. Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson is being asked to investigate ballot problems in the city of Detroit.
There are concerns that ballot counts at about 72% of the city's absentee voting precincts were out of balance.
Yeah, the canvassing board reported this problem, saying results were not incorrect, but there were issues tracking ballots. And so joining me now is the Board of Canvassers chairperson, Monica Palmer. Monica, thank you for being with us this evening.
Thanks for having me.
So first, can you describe to us what out of balance means?
Sure. When you are canvassing the election, you take a precinct and look at the number of voters in the poll book. That should match the number of votes tabulated on the tape that comes out of the machine, which should also match the number of physical ballots inside the sealed container. And if you cannot reconcile those three numbers to match, it's out of balance and therefore not recountable if a recount is requested.
Okay, so how would you say something like this happens?
I don't know exactly how that happens. That's why we had a joint resolution requesting the State Board of Elections to do an investigation.
Okay, and what will this mean for Wayne County vote totals? Like, are we talking a recount, or how do you resolve this?
There is no resolving it at this point because the election is over and the election night totals were certified. And a recount is not up to the Board of Canvassers. That's up to a candidate to decide if they want to file for a recount. Again, I go back to if the precinct is not in balance, it's not recountable. So the problem is if this isn't fixed by November, if there is a recount that happens with 70+% of the precincts being out of balance, that could lead to a lot of disenfranchised voters because you can't recount them if they're not in balance.
Well, and that is the worry. And of course, my next question is about November. So how long do you expect this investigation to take?
I have no idea on the timeline. Again, that's with the state elections department.
So if you find some wrongdoing, whatever, or however that may be, what could the next steps be?
The Wayne County Board of Canvassers does not have any authority over the clerk. That authority is left with the Secretary of State.
Okay. So Monica, when do you get started on this? Are you going to start right away looking into this, or?
We passed a joint resolution, and that's being forwarded to the State Bureau of Elections. It's going to be in their hands from here on out because, like I said earlier, the Wayne County Board of Canvassers doesn't have authority over that body.
All right. Well, we appreciate you taking the time with us tonight to explain and clarify some things for us and all the voters out there who are watching. Monica, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too. Dave.